For me, it's almost like you can get up in the morning and go outside by yourself and sing to God, sing to the Creator, and let Him hear your voice through the flute. It's a piece of you going up and out. My name is Tim Cornelius, and I'm a Chickasaw flute maker. When I was around 12 years old, my dad had gotten into flute making pretty heavy. He took me kind of under his wing and started showing me how to really make the flute, how to take your time and do a quality job. And I made my first flute when I was 12. It was an eagle flute, and I made it out of cedar. We still make flutes together today. He lives in Sulphur now, and I go down there and visit him, and we'll sit around and make flutes. I make flutes out of cane, river cane, dryland cane, just whatever I can get my hands on. I prefer river cane, and I feel like that's important to the Chickasaw people because I think cane was important to our way of life. We used it for a lot of things. Fire is very important in making flutes. It's how I heat up my dowel or my flute making tool that I made. Just make it out of an old nail. When you place the holes on a flute, you use your own body measurements. Like for length of the flute, like you're supposed to use the length of your arm. But if you're gonna carve something on it, you can make them longer. When I measure the holes, I use my thumb for the spacing. So the flute fits me. Everything I do is pretty much free-handed. I feel like using fire and these tools, you're doing everything with your hands. You're placing everything in a pattern according to you, you know? It makes it unique in the way that it's your imagination. It's the way you thought it out, the way you planned it out. The top part is called the nest of the flute, and they call this the bird, and the bird sits on the nest. This is what makes the flute sing. This is the part that controls how that air flows in through here, back up and over. I don't think I've ever made two flutes that look alike. And I think everything I've done, they turn out different and they turn out unique. It's kind of the way I saw it for that day. My dad started the flute making and then passed it to me, and then now I'm passing it to Race. My son Race, he's 11 years old. He's a tremendous flute player. I'll be sitting in my room sometimes just chilling, and I'll hear that flute fire up in his room and hear him in there playing, you know, just for no reason, just because he loves to play. And it makes me feel proud, very proud. I think it's very important to pass down traditions because it's the way we live on as Chickasaw people. You hand a piece of yourself to someone when you love to do something like flute making or basket weaving or bow making or whatever your craft is. When you're passing that on, you're giving a piece of yourself to the next generation. It makes me feel connected to the Chickasaw people to know that I have something that I can give, not only to my family, but to other people. You want people to learn that that's part of who they are, and it's your gift to other folks to share those traditions and things that you can pass on.